Today we are going to learn the Git commands that save you when you panic. Many beginners are not afraid of writing code. They are afraid of Git. They think, what if I delete something? What if I make the wrong change? What if I break the project? What if I cannot go back? So today we will clone a repository, intentionally make a mistake, check the mistake using Git Diff, and then restore the file safely. By the end of this video, you will know how to stay calm when Git shows scary messages. Today we will learn 5 survival commands. Git clone to copy a repo from GitHub to our computer. Git status to check what changed. Git diff to see the exact changes before commit. Git restore to undo unwanted local changes. Git log to see commit history. We will also understand beginner Git panic situations and how to handle them. First I will open cursor IDE. Now I will open the terminal inside cursor. You can use git bash, PowerShell, or the built-in terminal. The commands will mostly remain the same. So let's create a new directory. And let's inside that directory. Now we are inside a clean folder where we will clone our GitHub repository. Let's go to GitHub. Open the repository you created earlier in the series. Click on code, copy the HTTPS URL. Now come back to terminal and run git clone, git clone, and the URL. Git clone means download this complete project from GitHub to my local machine. Now let's run ls. And then let's switch to the directory that we have cloned. Now the project is available on my computer. Let me check the current git status by writing git status. It says working tree clean. This means that there are no uncommitted changes. Before making changes, let us see the history of this project. So I will write git log -one line. This shows previous commits in short form. Each line is one saved point in the project. This is why Git is so powerful. It does not just store the latest code, it stores the history of the code. Whenever you feel lost, git log -one line helps you understand what happened earlier. Now let us make a small change in the readme file. Let's make the change and save it. Now run git status. Git is telling us that readme.md is modified. But before committing, we should never blindly add in a commit. First, we should see exactly what changed. So run git diff. Git diff shows the actual line by line change. Green lines usually mean added lines. Red lines usually mean removed lines. This is one of the most important habits in real software teams. Before commit, always check diff. Now let us create a beginner mistake. Suppose while editing readme, I accidentally delete an important section. So first of all, let's add and commit it. Now let's delete this section and save it. Let's write git status. It shows that a file has been modified. Now let's write git diff. And this clearly shows that I removed something. This is where beginners panic. They think, oh no, I deleted something, what should I do? But no need to panic. Since we have not committed the mistake yet, we can restore the file. So let's restore readme. Press Q to exit. Git restore. Now let's check the git status again. So the working tree is clean again. This means git restored readme.md to the last committed version. So remember, if you change a file but did not commit it and you want to undo that change, use git restore file name. Very important warning, this removes your local uncommitted changes. So use it only when you are sure you do not need those changes. Now let us make another change and save it. Let's write git status and now let's add readme. Again let's check git status. As you can see the file is staged now. Staged means git is ready to include this file in the next commit. But suppose I added it by mistake. To unstage it we use git restore minus minus staged then the file name. So now the file is unstaged. I can check it by git status. So now the file is modified but not staged. If I want to completely remove the change also, I can run git restore readme.md. So now working tree is clean. So there are two levels. To unstage a file, we use git restore minus minus staged, then file name. To remove local changes from a file, we write git restore and the file name. Another common beginner panic is accidentally deleting a file. Let us create that situation. Let's remove the readme. Okay, so the readme is not there. You can see in the ls, only app.py is there, readme is not there. If we check git status, it will show me the deleted file name. It says readme.md is deleted. Again, no panic. If the file was already committed earlier, Git can restore it. We just need to write git restore readme.md. And now let's do ls. So the two files are there. And in git status, the working tree is clean. The file is back. This is why Git is like a safety net. Now let us understand Git pull. When you are working in a team, someone else may push new code to GitHub. To bring the latest code from GitHub to your local machine, you run git pull. Simple meaning, GitHub has the latest code. My laptop may have old code. Git pull updates my local project. Before starting work every day, professional developers usually do this. First they write git pull and then git status. So if you do git pull, then it is already updated. So no changes. Now let's discuss some beginner panic situations. So first is the case when I change the wrong file. So solution is do git diff and then git restore file name. First inspect with diff, then restore only if you do not need the change. Then second is I deleted a file by mistake. Solution is do git status and then git restore file name. If the file was already tracked by git, you can restore it. Third is I staged the wrong file. Solution is git restore minus minus stage and then the file name. This removes it from staging but keeps the file change. Now then next is I do not know what changed. So solution is do git status and git diff. Status tells which files changed, diff tells what changed inside those files. Then next is I do not know where I am in the history. So solution is git log minus one line. This shows the commit history. Then one more case can be that my local repo is behind GitHub. So solution is to write git pull. This brings the latest code. So in real software teams, developers do not randomly commit code. A good developer usually follows this flow. So this is the flow by good developers. So first pull the latest code, then make changes, then check status, then check diff, then stage files, then commit, and then push. So today the most important command is not git restore. The most important habit is checking git diff before commit. Because once you learn to read diff, you stop being afraid of git. Now your task for today. So you need to clone your own GitHub repository, then make one correct change, then make one intentional mistake, then run git diff, then restore the mistake using git restore. Then make a clean change and commit it, and after that push it to GitHub. And the commit message should be this. Use this commit message. That should be the commit message. Now today we learned git survival commands. You learned how to clone a repo, check its status, inspect changes using diff, restore wrong changes, unstage files, recover deleted files, check commit history, and pull latest code. From now on, whenever git feels scary, do not panic. Run git status, then run git diff. Git usually tells you what is wrong. You just need to read it calmly. In the next videos, we will move further into real front-end development and start building practical web projects.